Now that it's getting cooler outside, I'm trying to like grow back the mustache a little bit so I could turn it up. And I'm on that awkward phase where I can't like shave. So I'm getting like this Fu Manchu starting right now, but it's not long enough to curl up. And it's also just kind of trashy right here. It's far and away the worst phase. I know I look like a crazy person right now, but we'll get through it. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys how to shut down the 0-1 trap. It's that simple. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zane from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 0-1 trap. This is probably the most commonly called run between the meta players. And if you know what I mean, you know, these are these players that run, you know, whether it be trips tight end or bunch or tight. A lot of them don't run. They think it's beneath them. But when they need a yard, they go to the 0-1 trap because it's quote unquote overpowered, right? It's really not that good. In fact, it's probably the easiest run in the game to stop, in my opinion. So today I'm going to teach you guys something conceptual. This is something you could use against pretty much any 0-1 trap in the game. You can manually shoot it. You could let the AI shoot it for you. And this also doubles as a blitz if they send 5 guys out. The other thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is that this applies to pretty much any pulling lineman play in the game. And the concept we're going to talk about is called running the trench. Now, before we get into today's video, can you guys do me a quick favor? Just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. We upload Monday through Friday in the mornings. And if you could also drop a comment below, it could be an emoji, a comment about the video if you enjoy it, a comment about the video if you hate it. It all helps, man. Seriously, it all helps. I appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and start talking about the 0-1 trap. Like I said, this is a rage-inducing run for a lot of players. I see a lot of players out there that will, face this and they'll just complain about how 0-1 trap is a prayer run and people just don't know how to run the ball, so they just spam 0-1 trap. Well, this is for you. I'm going to show this to you out of nickel over. I'm going to show it to you out of over G. I'm going to show you that it's a 4-down lineman conceptual, AI shooting it, user shooting it, whatever you want to do. So the thing about the 0-1 trap is that this is a run where really it's designed to kind of kick out a defensive tackle, and they're using an interior lineman to basically kick him out. So if you were to run kind of a spread out look on your defensive line, this player right here, Chris Jones, they're going to let him come in free. And then you're going to have this number 75 at left guard kick him out. So when you're talking about 0-1 trap, this is why this is a powerful run. You can kind of clear out a defensive lineman, get those interior linemen up to the user linebacker or linebackers. If you're not using, and maybe you're using a safety, you can take them out of the play by guaranteeing blocks on them. Now, here's the thing. In order to run a trap effectively, you really have to have space in the middle between the guards. And if you kind of sit in a front that looks like this, yeah, it can end up being a pain to stop. But what we're going to do first and foremost is we are going to condense down this front. So we're going to take a 4-down lineman defense. We're going to pinch our linemen. And what we're going to do from here is I'm going to show you that if we do nothing else, this can actually still be effective. And you see right here, you can still get those blocks. And even right there, we hit a tackle battle forward for about 3.5-4 yards. Still enough to annoy someone, right? So what we have to do off of this is really kind of key in on what this run scheme is. And we're going to implement what is called running the trench. So what we know about this is that we have this guard on the left, Andrews Pete, and he is not going to end up blocking straight ahead. He's going to pull to the right. What this is going to do is this is going to create a lot of problems for the center, the left tackle, to block the 3 players that we have on the left side of our defensive front, which is our linebacker, Leo Chanel, this tackle, Wharton, and then Frank Clark, our defensive end. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and actually crash our line up. We're going to crash our line up. This is for 2 reasons. One, I want to make sure that number 74 does not block me and just take me out of this play, washing me out of this play with any type of blocking animation. We're going to show you a user gap shoot first and foremost. The second reason is I really don't want the center opening up to the left if I can avoid it. I actually want him looking at Bolton, the right linebacker. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the manual lock-in trick. I've talked about this before over the years. There's still a lot of players out there that don't know this about the game. But if you take the controller and you hit A or X on PlayStation, and then you flick the right stick up, it's going to bring up the individual coverage menu. From this menu, if you were to move this around, your player does not move. He is locked in place. So what this allows me to do is hold the stick down, and I'm actually going to hold this down at about the, I would say the left shoulder pad of the guard, Andrews Pete. I know he's pulling, so I'm going to run right through that hole in the line that he's going to open up when he leaves that area. So I'm going to hold down, and then when this ball snapped, here I come right through the middle. Now, what you can do is, you notice right there, kind of having an issue with the tight end knowing that I was there, right? And the reason for that is that before I started recording this video, I ran this a few times just to make sure that I had it down before I teach it to you guys, right? This is something I've done for years, but I always make sure that I get into the rhythm so that way I don't have to do as many takes with a video. This interaction right here by this guy is not a normal interaction at all. And I'm going to prove that to you right here by switching my formation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the big nickel over G. What I just showed you would work 100% of the time if you guys, ran it fresh. Obviously, I've run this 30, 40 times in practice mode already. But I'm going to choose a different formation, and I'm going to do the exact same thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pinch our line. We're going to crash them up, and I'm just going to put my linebackers here because I can't pinch them. I just got to manually move them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock in, and I'm going to run right at Bolton, and you see what it does. It just lets me in, right? So that's what a fresh interaction looks like right there. After I do this 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 times, eventually number 82 is going to chip me, and he's going to go look for me because the computer just knows that I'm, running the trench. But this is what ends up occurring is you can just fly in every single time. I'm locking him in, running straight through the guard. It's cake. It's literally cake. So again, lock him in. You see right here, I'm just destroying him over and over and over. And I'm going to do it a few more times. And eventually you'll probably see the offensive line try to change something. I think on the last play, we kind of saw the offensive line try to do something. Yeah, you see how number 71 is now starting to not block anybody at all, and he's trying to cheat. That is exactly what I'm talking about. So like after a while, the offense will like blatantly cheat to try to take your user out of the play. Now, don't worry, I've got something for you. So I want to get the offensive line back into full cheat mode. And then I'm going to show you what we can do. So you see right there, finally, we activated the offensive line counter cheat logic, whatever the EA team put in, right? It's absolutely insane, just for the record, that I've done nothing on the offensive controller other than snap the ball repeatedly over and over and over against something I know I can't run the ball on. But the game is going to save my lack of thinking. Sorry for that little rant in the middle. That's just not competitive Madden. It's just not. But don't worry, I got you. All right, so we've activated the anti-cheat, whatever the hell that is in the blocking coding, right? Let's go back to nickel normal. I'm going to show you what you guys can do once the anti-cheat kicks in. So this is all related to the fact that EA hates it when your user makes plays. That's why, I digress. EA hates it when you make plays when you're with your user. That's why a lot of times you have a situation where, the offensive line will let an AI defensive tackle in untouched because your user's moving around, and you sit there and you're wondering, why didn't we block that guy? It's that, right? So once they start cheating on this, what you're actually going to do is just let the AI do it yourself. So you're just going to manually blitz him and then click onto Bolton. So now they're so worried about this that the anti-cheat can't kick in, and now the AI makes the play for you. So you could do it one way or the other. Anti-cheat can't stop this. I'm calling it anti-cheat. I don't know what it is. Some sort of psychic BS logic in the line, right? But it literally cannot stop this. And you could just click on and make your own hit sticks. Now, obviously, if it's a bigger back, you probably want a down hit stick to cut their legs. Kamara bounced off that. That was a high hit stick, but Chanel's really not like highly rated. But again, you can see here that this is good. Now, we all know at this point too, that the upside of something like this is that if they send 5 out, this actually is a blitz. So you see right here, we scream in off the edge if they decide to pass and send the running back out on a route. So this doubles as a really, really good blitz as well. So I promised I'd show this to you out of 2 formations, nickel over G, but those are basically the same, right? Let's go ahead and go into more of like a 4-3 defense, right? So let's run 4-3 normal. Also an over front, but we have 3 linebackers, right? So it's not like nickel where it's a 4-2. This is a 4-3. Again, you can still pinch the line, you can still crash up. If you're worried about this, what you would actually end up doing is stacking Bolton here. You can see here the offense or the defensive line is far more pinched, but you can kind of do the same process. Your gap is just going to kind of change how you shoot it. So you see that again, it's the same drill. As long as you have 2 defensive tackles, you stack 2 linebackers behind them, you user the opposite one, and you blitz in manually through the middle, you're going to be good to go. Now, the difference is, I believe, yeah, we can actually still do this here with this guy too. If there's an anti-cheat that were to kick in here, you just manually, you user a different guy, and you should still see Chanel. Yep, there he is, right through the pipe. So really easy. I mean, the number of people that I've seen this year complaining about 0-1 trap is actually baffling, because it's to me, it's the easiest run to stop in the backfield, whether it be manually or with an AI setup. You know, I think a lot of players just run dollar, and anything that establishes run on dollar is the devil, apparently. I'm putting in way too many of my opinions in this video, but I mean, truthfully, like it's really not that hard to stop. It's just not. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. This was a tip on gridirongameplans.gg in the September vault. If you guys are interested, $9.95 unlocks the entire website. That's over 60 vault videos since the game's launched, 5 full offensive and defensive game plans, Discord access, and our lab sessions in our Discord every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. We go for an hour answering everything you want to know about this game. Counters to tips like this. You guys name it. It's your time to ask questions. Join our lab sessions, join our Discord, subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell me I suck or the video was great. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.